Greetings, fellow explorers of the unknown, and a warm welcome to all our first-timers. Today we're going to delve into some fascinating glitches in the Matrix stories. Imagine, if you will, the world as we perceive it, not as a physical reality, but as a complex simulation. A landscape of ones and zeros, coded by an intelligence beyond our comprehension. This concept, popularized by the blockbuster movie The Matrix, has since been widely discussed and debated. But what if, just what if, this idea isn't as far-fetched as it sounds? What if we truly are living in a simulated reality? Now let's take this a step further. In any program, there are bound to be bugs, errors, or what we'll refer to as glitches. These are moments when the simulation doesn't behave as it should, resulting in events that defy logic, bend the rules of physics, or outright contradict our understanding of how the world works. We're talking about objects disappearing and reappearing, people who seem to teleport, time anomalies, and more. These are what we call glitches in the Matrix. Over the course of this video series, we'll be exploring a collection of stories that suggest we might be living in a simulated reality. These are tales from everyday people who've experienced events so strange, so inexplicable, they can only be described as glitches. So, are these stories true accounts of glitches in our simulated reality? Or are they simply the result of misperception, coincidence, or even outright fabrication? That's for you to decide. All we're here to do is present the stories and let you make up your own mind. As we embark on this journey, we invite you to keep an open mind. These stories might challenge your perception of reality, but isn't that part of the fun? Are you ready to question your reality? Buckle up and let's dive into our first story. Imagine walking into a diner that seemingly vanishes the next day. This is not a plot from a science fiction movie. This is an actual account from an individual who experienced what could only be described as a glitch in reality. Our protagonist, let's call him John, was on a cross-country road trip. One day, feeling famished after hours on the road, he stumbled upon a quaint little diner nestled next to a gas station. The diner, with its neon sign flickering in the twilight, felt like a beacon of comfort. John enjoyed a hearty meal, chatted with the friendly staff, and left the diner feeling content. The next morning, John decided to start his day with a good breakfast from the same diner. But when he reached the spot, there was no diner. It was as if it had never existed. The gas station was still there, but next to it was just an empty lot. John, thinking he must have taken a wrong turn, asked the gas station attendant about the diner. But the attendant, a local who had been working there for years, looked at John as though he had grown a second head. According to him, there had never been a diner next to the gas station. Confused and a little shaken, John turned to the internet. He searched for any trace of the diner, reviews, photos, anything. But his search proved fruitless. There was no record of the diner ever existing. It was as if the universe had swallowed it up, leaving no trace behind. This wasn't just a case of a closed-down business or a mistaken location. John had vivid memories of the diner, the taste of the food, the sound of the jukebox, the conversations with the staff. But now, there was nothing. It was like a fragment of reality had simply vanished. Where did the diner go, or was it ever really there? Could it be a figment of John's imagination, or was it a glitch in the Matrix, a hiccup in reality? Whatever the case may be, it's a mystery that continues to baffle John to this day. Ever found an object mysteriously duplicating itself? Picture this. You come home after a long day, tired and ready to sink into your couch. Your hand instinctively reaches into your pocket for the familiar shape of your house key. But wait, there's something different. There are two keys on your keychain where there should only be one. This isn't a memory lapse, you didn't get a spare key cut. This isn't a prank by a witty friend. This is something that can't be explained by conventional wisdom. This is the tale of the duplicate key. Our protagonist, let's call them Alex, was as baffled as you'd expect. After all, how often does one find their house key cloning itself? Alex examined the new key closely. It was an exact replica of the original. Same size, same shape, same worn-down edges from years of use. The mystery deepened. Could it be a glitch in the Matrix? A hiccup in the fabric of reality as we know it? Or perhaps the universe playing a cheeky trick on our unsuspecting Alex? Days turned into weeks, but the second key remained a silent riddle, offering no clues, no answers. Alex started to consider the possibility of an alternate reality. Could this key open a door to a parallel universe? A world where another Alex lived a different life? The idea was thrilling but also terrifying. What if this other Alex was a better version? Or worse, a more sinister one? The question swirled in Alex's mind, creating a storm of intrigue and fear. However, no matter how much Alex pondered, the duplicate key remained a mystery. No parallel universe was discovered, no secret door was opened. The key was just that, a key. A duplicate of the original, a mirror image, a quirky anomaly in a world that often defies explanation. So here we are, left with a key that shouldn't exist but does. A harmless glitch or a key to an alternate reality? The question remains open, the mystery unsolved, just another day in the Matrix. Before we continue, we have a small request. We're on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers for our channel, and we believe, together, we can make it happen. Our channel thrives on the support of viewers like you, who appreciate the enigmatic and the unexplained. To those who have been with us, journeying through the matrix of reality, we extend our deepest gratitude. Your support fuels our exploration into the mysterious realms of our universe. To those who've just joined us on this riveting journey, welcome. We're thrilled to have you on board. By subscribing, you're not just supporting us, but also becoming a part of a community that seeks to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. So, if you haven't already, we invite you to hit that subscribe button. With your help, we can continue sharing these amazing stories. Now let's get back to our journey. Ever lost an hour of your life without any explanation? It's a question we've all asked ourselves at one point or another. But for one individual, it's not a hypothetical musing, it's a haunting reality. Let's journey into the tale of an ordinary man named John. One day, John, a meticulous man of routine, experienced something extraordinary. He woke up at 6 in the morning, his alarm clock chiming the familiar tune that signaled the start of his day. After his usual morning routine, he glanced at the clock expecting to see 7, only to find that it was already 8. An entire hour had seemingly vanished into thin air. John, being a man of logic, tried to rationalize the missing hour. Perhaps he had dozed off or lost track of time in the shower. But no, his shower was timed, his coffee machine programmed to brew at a specific minute. Every part of his routine was calculated down to the last second. There was no room for an unaccounted hour. Confused and somewhat unnerved, John began to question everything. Had he stepped into a wormhole? Was he experiencing a lapse in his memory? Or was it something more, something that defied the laws of time and space? As the days passed, the mystery of the missing hour consumed John. He researched, consulted experts, even underwent medical tests, but to no avail. The missing hour remained a void in his life, a blank space in the fabric of his existence. This tale of John and his missing hour is not unique. Countless others have reported similar experiences of time slipping away inexplicably. These unexplained phenomena force us to question our understanding of reality. So what happened to John's missing hour? We may never know. It could be a simple case of forgetting, a lapse in memory owing to stress or fatigue. Or it could be something far more intriguing, a glitch in the fabric of our reality, a ripple in the matrix that governs our existence. Is it a simple case of forgetting or a glitch in the matrix? As we delve deeper into these mysteries, we're left with more questions than answers. And maybe that's the point. After all, what's life without a little mystery? What if traffic disappeared into thin air? Imagine this. You're driving along a busy highway surrounded by a sea of vehicles. The hustle and bustle of the city beat in your ears, the horns blaring, the engines revving, the tires screeching. The world is teeming with motion and life, a symphony of chaos and order in perfect harmony. Suddenly you blink, and in that fraction of a second, everything changes. The blaring horns are replaced by eerie silence. The roaring engines are nothing but a distant memory. The screeching tires are replaced by the soft whisper of the wind. You open your eyes and the bustling highway is now a deserted road. The sea of vehicles, once a chaotic blend of colors and shapes, is now an empty expanse of asphalt. You are alone on the road, the only living soul in a world that has seemingly ceased to exist. You pinch yourself, thinking you might be dreaming, but the sting of pain tells you that you're wide awake. You look around, searching for any sign of life, any hint of movement, but there's nothing. The once bustling highway is now a ghost town, a phantom of its former self. The traffic, the people, the noise, it's all gone. You're left in a state of bewilderment, your mind grappling with the reality of the situation. It's as if you've stumbled upon a glitch in the matrix, a wrinkle in the fabric of reality. You're caught in a moment of time that doesn't seem to belong, a snapshot of a world that doesn't exist. You continue driving, the sound of your own car the only proof of your existence. The road stretches out before you, empty and silent, a stark contrast to the cacophony of life you were a part of just moments ago. You keep on driving, hoping that the next turn, the next bend will bring back the world you know. Where did all the cars go? A question that remains unanswered. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Because in that moment, you experience something beyond comprehension, a moment of pure, unadulterated mystery. And sometimes that's all you need. Imagine if landscapes could shift and change overnight. Consider the tale of an avid hiker, a seasoned veteran who's been exploring the same trails for years. The rocky peaks, the whispering woods, the tranquil streams. He's familiar with every nook and cranny. He knows the paths like the back of his hand, or so he thought. One day, he embarks on his favorite trail, the one he's traversed 100 times, if not more. But as he moves further, he feels something is different. The trail that once led to a serene waterfall now ends at a towering cliff. The meadow where he would often stop for a breather is replaced by a dense thicket. The landscape has shifted, morphed into something unfamiliar, something strange. He retraces his steps, thinking he might have taken a wrong turn. But no, the path is the same. He's certain of it. He's walked this path more times than he can count. Yet the once familiar terrain has warped, as if the earth beneath him has moved. He returns the next day, hoping to make sense of this bizarre occurrence. But to his surprise, everything is back to normal. The waterfall is cascading down its usual cliff. The meadow is sprawling with its usual charm. It's as if the previous day's events were merely a figment of his imagination, a dream perhaps. But the hiker knows what he saw, what he experienced. He's left to ponder. Did the earth beneath his feet truly move? Or was it a glitch in his reality, a shift in the matrix of his existence? This tale leaves us with more questions than answers. It nudges us to question the very fabric of our reality. It makes us wonder, are we truly the masters of our world, or are we merely players in a cosmic game, unaware of the rules, oblivious to the shifts? Did the earth move, or did reality shift? What if time stood still? A question that stirs the imagination, doesn't it? Picture this: an ordinary day, an ordinary clock ticking away, marking the passage of time in its relentless rhythm. Suddenly, without warning or reason, it stops. Not because of a dead battery or a mechanical failure, but because time itself has halted. Let's dive into a peculiar story about a man named Charles. Charles lived a routine life. He woke up every day at 6 in the morning, brewed his coffee, and glanced at his antique grandfather clock, a family heirloom that had been passed down through generations. This clock was more than just an object to Charles. It was a symbol of continuity, a constant in his otherwise mundane existence. One day, Charles woke up as usual, made his coffee, and turned to look at the clock. But something was off. The hands of the clock were frozen at 3:17. He shrugged it off, assuming the clock had finally given up after years of faithful service. He replaced the batteries, wound it up again, but nothing changed. The time remained a stubborn 3:17. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The clock remained immovable, stuck at 3:17, even as the world around it continued its spin. Charles tried everything, from calling clocksmiths to attempting to fix it himself, but to no avail. The clock was in perfect condition, yet it refused to move. This wasn't just a broken clock. This was a fracture in reality itself. A moment, forever frozen at 3:17, a glitch that defied the very laws of physics. It was as if time had chosen to stand still, creating a pocket of static time in a dynamic universe. Was it a figment of Charles's imagination? Or was it a genuine anomaly, a glitch in the matrix? This unchanging clock became a silent enigma, a mystery that was never solved. It stood there, a testament to an impossible moment, a moment when time stood still. A glitch in time, a glitch in the matrix. What if you could hear your own voice echoing back at you without an echo? The notion seems absurd, but imagine if it happened to you. Consider this: you're in a room, a non-echoic room to be precise. The walls are covered in soft material, absorbing sound rather than reflecting it. You're alone, or at least you believe you are. But then you hear something strange. A familiar sound, an echo of a voice. Your voice. You utter a phrase, perhaps something as simple as, "Is anyone there?" The words leave your lips and the room absorbs them. But then, there it is again, your voice, your words echoing back to you. But it's not a mere repetition. It's not just the sound bouncing back, it's more. The voice carries a tone, a cadence that feels different. It's your voice, yet not entirely your voice. It's a peculiar sensation, isn't it? The idea that your own voice, something so intrinsically tied to your identity, could be mirrored back to you in such an anomalous manner. It's not an echo, not in the true sense of the word. An echo is a reflection of sound that arrives at the listener with a delay after direct sound. But this is immediate. This is different. You might ask yourself, am I imagining things? But the echo persists. It's persistent and consistent. It's real, or at least it feels real. But how can it be real in a room that's designed to swallow sound, not to bounce it back? You might ponder, is this a trick of the mind? Perhaps. The human brain, after all, is a complex organ capable of incredible things. It can play tricks on us, create illusions of reality. But then why does the echo only happen with your voice? Why not with other sounds? Is it a simple echo or a voice from another dimension? Could it be that this echo isn't an echo at all? Could it be a voice, your voice, from a parallel universe, a different dimension, reaching out, trying to communicate? Or perhaps it's a glitch in the matrix, a ripple in the fabric of reality. After all, what's reality but our perception of it? Ever lost something only to find it reappear in an impossible location? Let's delve into the story of an individual we'll call Sam. Sam is your average person, living an ordinary life, until one day, a rather peculiar incident occurs. Sam owns a cherished pocket watch, a family heirloom passed down through generations. One morning, he wakes up to find it missing. He searches high and low, flipping his house upside down in the process. The watch is nowhere to be found. Sam checks the usual spots, the bedside table, the bathroom counter, even the kitchen drawer. But no luck. Disheartened, he resigns himself to the reality that he has lost something priceless. A few days pass and Sam's life regains its regular rhythm, albeit with a tinge of melancholy. Then one evening he reaches for a book on his shelf. As he pulls it down, something falls out. Lo and behold, it's the missing pocket watch. Now remember, Sam had turned his house upside down looking for the watch. He'd emptied the bookshelf, checked every nook and cranny, and found nothing. Yet, here was the watch, sitting snugly between the pages of a book he'd scanned through during his frantic search. This wasn't just any book either. This book was The Disappearance of the Universe, a title that seemed eerily fitting given the circumstances. Was it just a bizarre coincidence or something more? Had the watch been there all along and Sam had simply overlooked it? But he was sure he'd checked the book. Or had the watch somehow returned to a place it shouldn't have been? The incident left Sam questioning the fabric of reality, and understandably so. It's these uncanny moments that make us pause and wonder. Are we living in a world of order and predictability? Or is there something else at play? Something that defies logic and reason? An object out of place or a glitch in our reality? That's for you to decide. What if a journey seemed to never end? Let's delve into the uncanny tale of a driver who embarked on a journey that felt like an infinite loop. Imagine this. A lone driver, weaving her way through the twilight, finds herself on a road that she has never traversed before. The road seems ordinary, lined with the occasional trees and the distant silhouette of mountains. Yet as she drives on, the landscape remains eerily consistent, as if she's caught in a cosmic carousel. The driver is no stranger to long drives. She's seen the landscapes change from the urban jungle to the open countryside, from towering mountains to vast oceans. But this road, it's different. It's as if the universe folded onto itself, creating a loop that seems to stretch on forever. The clock on her dashboard ticks away, minutes morphing into hours. Yet the road remains unending, the landscape unchanging. The same trees, the same mountains, repeating like a broken record. Anxiety creeps in, a gnawing feeling that something is not right, that she's trapped in a reality that's not her own. She tries to turn around, to trace her path back. but the road behind her seems to have vanished into thin air. Is she moving forward or is she stuck in time? She's driving, but is she really going anywhere? Is this road a figment of her imagination? Or perhaps an elaborate illusion painted by her tired mind? Or could this be something more, something beyond our understanding of reality? She continues driving, fueled by the hope of finding an end, a break in this never-ending cycle. The road stretches on, and so does her journey. It's a road that seems to lead to nowhere, an eternal loop, a paradox in the fabric of reality. Is this a mere illusion, a trick played by the weary eyes of a lone driver? Or is this a hint of something more profound, a tear in the veneer of our perceived reality? A road to nowhere or a glitch in the matrix? Ever received a call from a number that doesn't exist? Ah, the unseen caller, a true enigma of our modern world. Let's delve into an intriguing tale that took place on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. Our protagonist, let's call him Jake, is an average man with an average job. He's not the type to believe in the supernatural or the inexplicable. He's a man of facts, logic, and reason. But on this particular day, his beliefs were put to the test. Jake was at work, swamped with emails and reports when his phone rang. He glanced at the screen, expecting to see a familiar name or number, but what he saw instead was a string of zeros. His curiosity piqued. Jake answered the call. The voice on the other side was distorted, almost robotic, but the message was clear. The caller spoke of an event that was about to occur, a minor accident involving a blue car at the intersection near Jake's office. The call ended abruptly, leaving Jake bemused. He shook off the strange call as a prank and went back to his work. But as he walked home that evening, he saw a crowd gathered at the very intersection the caller had mentioned. And there it was, a minor accident involving a blue car. Jake felt a chill run down his spine. The coincidence was uncanny. When he got home, he tried to trace the call, only to find that the number wasn't registered in any network. It was as if the call had never happened, the number had never existed. Yet the memory of the call and the sight of the accident were as real as the confusion and fear gnawing at him. Did Jake receive a call from the future, a warning from an alternate reality, or was it just a bizarre coincidence? We may never know. But it makes one wonder, in this digital age, are we really alone, or are there unseen callers reaching out from beyond our understanding? A wrong number or a call from another reality? So there you have it, folks, 12 intriguing glitches in the Matrix. From the mysterious Vanishing Diner, a place that existed one moment and disappeared the next, to the peculiar case of the duplicate key, an object that seemed to clone itself inexplicably. We've journeyed through the missing hour, a time lapse that defied all logic, and navigated the phantom traffic, vehicles that seemed to appear and disappear without a trace. We've marveled at the shifting landscapes, places that morphed and altered as if by magic, and puzzled over the unchanging clock, a timepiece that refused to acknowledge the passage of time. We've listened to the echoing voice, a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once, and scrutinized the reappearing object, an item that vanished only to reappear when least expected. We've wandered down the never-ending road, a path that stretched into infinity, and answered the call of the unseen caller, a voice without a source. Each story, a unique glitch, a crack in the veneer of reality as we know it. Now it's your turn. Have you ever experienced something similar? A glitch in your own matrix, perhaps? An event that defied explanation? A moment that seemed to warp the fabric of reality itself? We'd love to hear your stories. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's delve deeper into these mysteries together, unraveling the threads of the unknown. In the end, it's important to remember that these glitches remind us of one crucial fact. Reality is not always as it seems. So keep your eyes open, your mind alert, and your spirit ready for the unexplainable. Remember, reality is not always as it seems. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown.